Barnsley. I work with Business West to help our companies, basically who are looking to export, to understand how they can do that to their priority markets. We channel a lot of government support through to companies, but also linking through the chambers of commerce to markets where they're really interested in UK products and services.
So we're in a container. I'll just do a quick. So why are we here?
We're in the Get Exporting container, which is basically trying to illustrate to our companies the importance that we place on exporting to help them grow their businesses. So we mostly know that business growth in Europe and the US and the UK market is fairly flat, and for those companies that are hoping to grow their business, really trading overseas is going to be the best way of growing their business. So we have contacts with our colleagues through UK trade and investment teams overseas in over 100 markets, and the Get Exporting campaign that we've launched today is just about raising awareness of those opportunities to those companies.
So do you want to talk about some of the businesses here? We've got cheese, we've got bikes, we've got all sorts.
We've got Lycross Farm, we've got Pucker who sell tea, and we've got a company that sells bicycles into China. So we've got a range of Southwest companies that have really seen a good deal of success already. And so you already know, you get companies like in the engineering sector, food and drink products that are really very popular overseas. I've previously worked in Mexico, helping companies trade in that high growth market, and I think mainly some of the challenges that companies come across is that they simply don't understand what the opportunities are in those markets. So it's our job to connect companies in the UK up with their potential customers overseas, basically.
What is your advice to small businesses who think it's really, really hard? You know, is it easy?
Companies are a bit daunted at the prospect of selling overseas. They may be worried about the amount of paperwork and so on, but there's a lot of help out there. There are some programs that the government provides, such as Passport to Export or Gateway to Global Growth, where they're given training and support and help with market research in those markets to really properly assess whether that market is right for their product. So we can connect them up with the right experts and help them, handhold them through that process really, so they're not on their own. There's an awful lot of support out there for our companies, and it's just a question of coming along, if you see the container in the Southwest, come along, come and have a chat to our advisors, and we can really help you make a good start into your new markets overseas.
I mean, you said you've worked in Mexico and other markets. Yeah. What did you sort of learn that you maybe applied to your own job about working in a different country?
Yeah.
Did it influence you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the important thing I learned was that companies have to adapt their product, adapt their approach to each market. So it may be that you're already selling overseas, perhaps through online inquiries already to France or Spain, but really if you want to export proactively and look at markets properly overseas, you have to maybe adapt your approach, even if it's within a region. So what might work in Brazil might not work in Mexico. I spent a long time in the Middle East, and customers and companies in the Middle East really like to get to know you before they'll buy your product, and that can take a little bit of time. It might take more than one visit to get to know your customers, but once you're a trusted supplier, then that business can be really very, very important for your company, and it's worth investing in, I think.